A new video, a new journey, and we are on our way to Bristol, to Liverpool, to Ipswich, and I got a new car. I never had a white car before, so let's see how it works.
The faceting.
Oh yeah, cool, okay. So you can do your sawing, your big sawing.
Yeah, the grinding, all the sorts of grinding wheels, diamond, soft wheel, drum sander, dot lamp.
Okay, cool.
And then
polishing, final polishing. So this is the cab room, basically.
Well, yeah, this is it. Yeah, oh, it'd be too dirty to do faceting out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
So I'm in Bristol, England. I'm just getting back into the car after visiting a fellow gem cutter. And you know my bad habit. Another faceting machine. This is a really cool one, actually. I drove a little bit out of the way to come get it, but I don't have any British mast machines in my faceting museum collection, so when I got the chance to get one, I'll drive out of my way to go get one. So now I'm headed up to Liverpool to pick up another faceting machine, but this one is just to borrow for the project that we're doing in Ipswich this week. If I was driving across America, the fast food at the rest stop would be like Burger King or something, but instead it's a homemade cheese and onion pie, and I'm not sad about that.
This is the Marie Lake in West Kirby, which is like by Liverpool-ish, and there's lots of water spots and things, and yeah.
And so one side has water, one side doesn't have water.
Yeah, the tide comes in, so sometimes it does, but it doesn't today because the tide's out.
And then what are we seeing over here?
That is Wales, North Wales.
So cool. The morning view on the west coast. I've been driving for hours across the English countryside on my way to Ipswich. You can see it's a very blue sky, but I had to take a break because I needed a little candy and juice.
Where are we?
In the world.
Serpentine, Ipswich, Suffolk, England.
Got all the hand crank machines. Got the special machines, the wood wheel, the special laps. And we're getting work done over here. Working on my first jam peg cut stone. It's my second full day in Ipswich, and it's been a whirlwind so far. I've been basically doing a little informal master class with master cutter Ken Harrington, and wow, it's been incredible just to be in his studio, watch him work, hear his stories. He's basically given me free access to just ask him anything, pick his brain, you know, get all the stories, try to understand not only the history of his gem cutting career, but also some of the techniques that he learned through his apprenticeship back in the 70s. And it's just been a really incredible experience. And we still have so many more days to go. This is going to be such a blast. We've been quite focused, getting into the studio 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, staying there until 6 o'clock at night with just a quick lunch break. But lots of great conversation, and there's a whole crew in there, and we've just been having a blast. So it's the end of my third full day in Ipswich. I finished my first jam peg stone. We just did an interview, had a quick dinner, and I thought, well, I haven't really seen Ipswich yet, so I have left on my own to just go around the city center area and see if there's any interesting things for me. I know there's a couple of medieval buildings, so I thought I would just go take a walk. It's still quite light at 6 o'clock at night here, so why not just come see what's downtown and have a little adventure before the day's over. I'm at the oldest pub in Ipswich. I have never seen these kind of medieval buildings painted like this. White, but even better, pumpkin orange. This is the ultimate Halloween house. It's Friday afternoon, and today in England, it is the opening night for the third Fantastic Beast films. So I've watched the first two this week in the night times after our all-day gem cutting sessions. I just finished my second jam peg stone, which was a recut. I'm learning so much stuff here, it is awesome. But I took a couple hours off today on my way to the theater because I heard that there's a very cool museum here and there's a very cool old Victorian mansion that's also sort of like a museum full of cool stuff. So I'm gonna spend a couple hours checking that stuff out, and then I'm gonna go to the movie theater. Oh snaps, they've got a Victorian gallery. So cool. Has anyone seen that Netflix movie, The Dig? That happened here. After the museum, I'm at Christchurch Mansion, which has a whole bunch of historical displays ranging mostly from the 1700s, but some all the way back to Tudor Ipswich, which is pretty cool. Let's see what's in here. 18th century wallpaper. Oh yes. It's early in the morning, 7:20 or so. I've left Ipswich. I decided that I could make an extra stop on my way to the Midlands, so I'm on my way to Cock Abbey, which is where we will see a Victorian era faceting machine. So here I am at Cock Abbey. Normally this would just be an interesting place to visit because it's a house that was built in 1704 and has a lot of cool stuff inside, but this one has a special purpose for me in the story of gem cutting. A little backstory of this house: a whole family of people lived here from 1704 up until about 1920. Owner of the house died, and until the 80s the house was pretty much boarded up, closed, and sat here like a time capsule. And so everything that's in here was here already in the 1920s. And the cool thing for us here today is there is a faceting machine inside of here, probably the last surviving Victorian gem cutting machine, hand cranked, and there is a whole collection of minerals, cabs, not really faceted stones, but shells, all kinds of things that people in the late 1800s and early 1900s were interested in. I've just spent a week with Ken learning about his gem cutting and seeing his gem cutting machines and using his gem cutting machines. I thought, well, I gotta go back and see this Victorian one because it is the direct descendant of what they're doing out in Ipswich. So here it is, the last remaining Victorian faceting machine. And you can see, if you look closely, there is a peg where the jam peg head should go. It's missing. Maybe they never had it if they're just doing cabs, but you can see also the wooden handle for the spindle is missing. Wouldn't be very comfortable to turn it like that. It's Monday morning. Normally I cut off the vlog week on Friday so I can upload the video on Saturday, but I knew that I was kind of doing a couple of one-day trips, so I thought seeing the Victorian machine would be fun to end this video. And then also today I'm going to Whitby, and if you haven't been to Whitby or if you haven't heard of Whitby, I love Whitby, England's spookiest town. Dracula was written there. It is sort of spooky. But for gem trade people, the thing that is cool and important is the Whitby Jet. So this is where the jet is coming from in England. It's a very famous, historical, interesting sort of phenomenon. So I'm gonna go up to Whitby now, a couple of hours drive, and stay there for a night, and we will end this adventure week in Whitby.
Heritage Jet, and I have the last remaining Victorian jet workshop. This workshop was registered in 1867 and it is the last one of 200 Whitby Jet workshops that existed at the height of the jet industry, which was about the 1870s. And it's not functional, but it does show all of the tools and processes that the Victorian jet carvers used to make the jewellery with.
So here we are in the keyboard jet works.
And what are we seeing over here?
Lots of Whitby Jet.
And you guys are making all this stuff, right?
Do.
So here is a rare collection of Cornish Serpentine lighthouses. These are turned on lathes, or they used to be turned on lathes by gem cutters in Cornwall, but today we heard you don't really find much of them anymore. Here's some bigger ones that are lamps. And so these are very unique British gem cutting that are very hard to find these days. And some of it is even now mixing with Blue John and Fordite and then down here the
Connemara marble, that's a good Irish one.
this is the Victorian,
Oh, that's Victorian.
this is the ancient stuff. And so you guys can make all of this stuff right in front of customers. So then people can see what's going on in Whitby. So what are you doing right now? This is part of the polishing process?
Yeah, the shaping process. Yeah, I've got shaping it down so it's flush with your silver. So, like that.
The tide's gone out, and it's possible that you can find jet just around these areas, but actually this is the good side, and you can actually see people over here looking for jet. Ooh, Whitby by night. What do you think? Is it more spooky now, or is it just a myth?
It's more spooky.
Yeah, a little bit. The lighting is cool.